Shannon Sharp?
Uh, it's honestly disgusting as a human being to do something like that to someone you would classify as a friend, yo. Like, I would feel very offended if I'm, Shannon Sharp. I would have walked off, and I would have probably never came back because you're not about to sit here and disrespect what I've done in a professional sport, especially of a sport as physical as football. You're not about to downplay a person who plays defensive line compared to a person who plays QB. You're not about to sit here and do something like that. Yes, although Tom Brady is the GOAT, they play two different positions. Tom Brady's body is not being put on as more as a line as a defensive lineman who's always taking physical contact, and what Shannon Sharp was. On top of that, Shannon Sharp is also in the Hall of Fame and won 3 championships, so it's not much you can really say about him. You may say, oh, you're not better than Tom Brady, but what he was doing was just picking on Shannon Sharp and saying, oh, I'm gonna celebrate him, or I'm gonna support him because he's the greatest of all time. What does that mean, bro? Shannon Sharp is your friend, bro. You picking someone who probably don't even know who you are over your actual friend, man. That is honestly disrespectful, man. And you're trying to basically belittle someone who has more knowledge of the game of football than you just because you're older or you've watched longer. That doesn't mean anything. Shannon Sharp actually went out there and played the sport. Skip, he did track. No offense to anyone who did track, but like, you trying to say more than the game of someone who actually put their body on the line, not week in, week out, and played. Come on, bro, don't do that. That's something that offended me, and I'm pretty sure it would probably, obviously it offended you as well, because we're athletes, bro. We play, we still are into the sports that we were playing when we were kids or younger. So we understand that if someone tries to downplay what you do, we understand how offended that makes us feel, and that, like, any athlete should know that isn't right what Skip Bayless did. And the fact that people already don't like Skip Bayless and he went out and did that, come on, man, it's going to look even worse for him. He doesn't deserve to be on that show anymore. People will do cancel culture on other things. I feel like Skip should be off the show for something like that.
Right, but over there on ESPN, they like the buffoonery,
Yeah.
I don't want to speculate and say, oh, it's for the views, and somebody whispered in my ear, whatever. But if it wasn't for the views, that was disgusting, bro. If the situation called for that, I would get what's his name, Skip Bayless doing that. The situation called for that. If it absolutely called for him doing that, then I'll be like, all right, it ain't that bad. But they talking about a player who is active right now, who is not playing well, who Skip loves to talk negativity and loves to knock players who are not playing well at the moment. You know what I'm saying? But when it comes to his precious players that he holds so near and dear to his heart, he gets offended. And he brings up this man's career, balls it up, and throws it away like it was nothing, right? But you weren't, in your respective sports, Skip Bayless, you weren't as good as Shannon Sharp was. He was a better football player than whatever you ever was, a runner, whatever you want to call it, track star, whatever. You take the time as a person who you vouch for this man to be on your show. You vouch for Shannon Sharp to be on your show. And I gotta say this about Shannon Sharp. There's been a lot of times where I feel like you should have stood up for yourself, and you haven't. You always, I don't want to say bow down to Skip, but you don't like to let the conflict escalate. And that's I gotta give him credit for that. That's part of his maturity level, more so than Skip Bayless, who was older than him. But I think this was the time for you to be like, okay, bro, you're not finna do this. Let me show you that I'm an integral part to this show, that I'm needed on this show. You know what I'm saying? Because Skip Bayless, you weren't needed on First Take. Let's get that out the way.
That's why
they cast you out for this show. You know what I'm saying? This is the B-list show, the First Take. Let's be real. You know what I'm saying? They cast you out. So for you to take your time to disrespect somebody you call your quote-unquote friend, right? You vouch for them to be on your show. You know what I'm saying? And this is what you do? Man, I'm not surprised at all anyway. You know what I'm saying? This man is a clown. He's a culture vulture. You know what I'm saying? He's always trying to act like he's still young, and you're not, bro. He got his little chain and his little Jordans. I should have got the picture of him posing, cocking his leg up like this. You know what I'm saying? But I ain't gonna do that to him. But I do got a video that I want y'all to see, though, this man getting exposed by Jalen Rose. I want y'all to hold that thought right now, because I got that. I had to really gather that video for y'all to watch. Here it is.
The positions were only created so a novice could follow the game. Just because you're a power forward, that doesn't make you physical. Just because you're a shooting guard, that don't mean you can jack up threes. That's
What
just
were
a
you,
position.
Jalen? What were you?
Where were you? Did you
What
average,
were you?
Did you average 1.4 points as a senior in high school?
Yeah, I did.
Okay, so all of that Pistol Pete stuff, Water Pistol Pete Jr.
Okay, well, we'll address that later. We're going to.
Don't ignore that. Did you play junior?
Yeah.
Did you play JV as a junior?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Sometimes the debate can get personal based on the person's tone. So if I hear somebody saying something negative about me to attack my credibility as a person and as a player, something that I invested 20 years in playing middle school, high school, college, pro. I'm invested in this. Like, my father was the #1 pick, God rest his soul, in the 1967 draft. Like, I dedicated my life to basketball. So if I feel like somebody wants to cross the line and challenge how I feel about the game, I study this, I do this, I took it personal. And that's what happened yesterday in our debate. And name calling. Like, when you name call, that makes it personal. Bosh Spice, Queen James.
Now, time out. No.
Now that crossed the line.
I don't do Queen James. I've never done Queen James.
It's Prince James.
Prince James. Yeah.
Same.
Okay, but I invited anybody, including you, to come sit there and let's talk this out. Did Chris Bosh come and sit there? Did he? Yes.
But
yes.
you got to take their side of it. Them coming to sit here really validates you. It really validates your show because you talk negative about.
And there it is. There it is. Eddie, I don't know it's on your camera, but there it is, bro.
It's up. I just put it more up, that's all.
Yeah, I can't see you. Yeah, but there it is. Skip Bayless getting checked for what he just did the other day. You know what I'm saying? Jalen Rose came at him. And I don't know why Shannon Sharp didn't do the same thing, but I guess, like I said, he knows how to control himself. He knows how to, put his pride to the side for the betterment of the show. Hey, we seen him the next day on the show. It was like water under the bridge. He must have spoke about it, apologies or whatever the case may be. But you do that to me on national television, bro. We gotta do a lot more than apologizing and all that, man. You're not finna disrespect my character, assassinate my character on the show, whereby we both, we're co-hosts on the show. That's like if Eddie was to really disrespect me on our show. You know what I'm saying? That you just don't do stuff like that. It's certain lines you just don't cross. He crossed that line on national television. You know what I'm saying? That's not even the equivalent to what our show is, not even equivalent to what that is. So that is just on a totally different level. Skip Bayless is just disgusting, man. And it's going to continue because that's what ESPN like. They love stuff like that. They love this man because he would have been going all the stuff he's done over the years. Criticizing LeBron James' son, who's 18 years old. Criticizing his youngest son. All for years. Made his career off of talk about LeBron. Literally. Whether it was clout chasing or not, just made his career off of nut chasing this man, bro. Nut hanging this man, bro.